Brad Armstrong, a father and son combination, holding the National Tag Team Championship, facing a combination now of Jim Verderoso and Deke Rivers. And Verderoso, the lavender trunks with the black trim, caught that time Brad Armstrong up and over his man Verderoso. Tried a hip toss. There was a good reversal by Brad Armstrong, and Verderoso now beginning to, think second thoughts, I'm sure, Rod.
Well, you see now, Mr. Armstrong, Daddy in the corner there, he put his hand out as to grab this gentleman here. But now, as much as I'm not in agreement with Mr. Armstrong, that was a smart tactic. He wasn't really trying to grab him. All he was doing is letting the guy know that he is there all the time, which is a psychological barrier. Not only is the guy now watching his son, but he's watching Daddy in the corner, too. A smart tactic.
All right, Brad Armstrong outside now, Bob Armstrong inside. And into a bottom wrist lock, gets over, makes the tag. Good teamwork between the Armstrongs, obviously.
Yes, it is good teamwork. However, we were talking about sacrifice before, and can Daddy sit by and watch his son get beat? But now, as I watch them more and more, become more familiar with them, I watch him and notice that Daddy's only in there a short time, and he puts his son in there. His son does the labor, wears him down. Daddy comes in and gets a hold while the guy's down. It's interesting. Maybe he doesn't mind sacrificing his son.
I would hesitate to concur with that statement, Piper. I would imagine one thing that Bob Armstrong is allowing here is for Brad to get as much experience as possible. Also, always let that fledgling get out there and find out what's happening on his own. Good teamwork here as the two of them double up on Mr. Rivers.
Nice teamwork. Bob Armstrong Sr. here has got a nice armbar, pressure in the proper place, as you see, and he couldn't particularly do that to me because the counter is so simple. If I could just coach this other team, I may be able to get a victory for him. The counter to that is bend the elbow before he locks the hold in on the shoulder. Such a simple counter, but then again, I know that. You see, Mr. Armstrong comes out and does a lot of talking, which is just fine, but I've been sitting back in reservation a little bit because I don't have to prove anything. It's like the bully in the bar. When you know you can beat someone up, you don't have to prove it to nobody. And here I've been sitting back and being Mr. Nice Guy, and Armstrong's coming on strong. But we'll just see how strong they do come on, won't we, Mr. Solder?
Brad Armstrong clocked that time, and that elbow dropped him to the canvas. He gets over, makes the tag with Bob Armstrong, and Bob Armstrong moves in, catches Verderoso and has him back to the canvas once again.
Yes.
Off the ropes, Armstrong drives one just to the right of the rib cage and catches Deke Rivers outside the ring.
What was that for? Why did he go over? That other man hasn't done nothing. These people are, oh, yeah, I'm just a good old Georgia boy. Well, first of all, Mr. Armstrong, I ain't no boy. I'm a man. And you run across there, he hit that other man, Mr. Soley. Do you think there was a reason for that? Personally, I don't. I think it's just a little over-aggressive.
Well, in advocacy of fighting fire with fire, the only adage you could add to that is being prepared may be part of the battle, too, and consequently, I think Bob Armstrong wants to make sure these men know exactly where the Armstrong team is coming from, and he knows their reputation.
I suppose so, but yet fighting fire with fire, you're right in that case, Mr. Soley. But here, this Mr. Armstrong here is watering the trees before the fire started here, which you're going to say, well, an ounce of prevention. Well, that's fine, but what happened to all that good sportsmanship? You see, now, that's the thing. When you go into a fight, if that's the way a fella wants to fight, there's nobody better at it than myself. But if he would just come right up, but he sits here and slimes and says, oh, yes, boy, I'm kinder to children than the Waltons. I'm kind, and then goes out and does those little tactics. Maybe that's a smart tactic on his part. Maybe that's part of his psyching out. But one thing, you know, you can psych out most of the people, but not all the people.
Interesting adaptation of a theme from one of our great presidents, Abraham Lincoln. And it is Rivers now who is caught in that side headlock by Bob Armstrong. Armstrong now came off that second rope, and Deke Rivers tried to do exactly what you said earlier, gave him that limp body, and it almost succeeded. He almost slipped away from Armstrong, but Armstrong kept him under control.
Which is very good. I got to give credit to Armstrong there. It was a very good move, even when he knew what the man was trying to do, and he knew the counter to it. But the thing was, when he had the limp body, he was fine, and he was fine up until the point he should have stiffened up when Armstrong was in the air going for the back suplex. Meanwhile, Brad, nice headlock right down. Brad, I don't mind so much. He's kind of quiet. I don't know if that doesn't have nothing to say or can't think of nothing to say, but Daddy there seems to be coaching him, and I don't know. I guess he's doing okay. Now, I didn't have no daddies in my corner, and I didn't need none, you see. I made it on my own, but I guess some people need all the help they can get. I'm just not sure that the help is in the right direction. Coming from the right direction, but maybe not in the right direction. However, Brad is definitely trying hard here. Not in control right now, but, oh, took a hard elbow there. Yeah. Wrong place, wrong place. You should be over in your corner there, Brad. Keep away from that corner. Those little two men there, they're not being aggressive enough. They should be stomping on it now. After all, Mr. Armstrong Sr. has set down the pattern for the match. He has said, let's just go for it. Well, boys, go for it. Now, hold him. Now you're getting on it. There you go.
Well, it seems like it's all right for these two men, Verderoso and Rivers, to double team, but not for the Armstrongs. Now, Brad Armstrong got a beautiful blind drop kick coming off the ropes. Armstrong in, lateral press. Referee Nick Patrick, a count of 2. And so Verderoso feeling the punishment here as Bob Armstrong moves in.
Yes, yes. Now, that was a fist to the schnoz, but then again, I guess if the referee don't catch it, it's okay. Elbow, there was no tag there. Now they have a tag. They have a 4. 1,001, 1,002. Well, it was within the 4. Yes, they're being legalized. Folks, good idea on that man's part. He tagged when he was in trouble. That's good thinking.
All right. Brad Armstrong, son of Bob Armstrong, in action now. Caught one to the midsection, then a high knee lift. It has him up against the ropes now, an elbow to the base of the skull. And Rivers now beginning to punish, and Brad Armstrong battling back, caught again. And Brad Armstrong, I think, would be well served to get over and tag up with his dad.
Yes, he's in trouble now a little bit. Although I'm anxious to see how... Oh! Good thinking. Good thinking on that. Now, get over, tag Daddy. Yes, you need the help. There you go. Very fast. Very fast indeed. Calculated.
And we've got a 4-way melee going on now as both Bob and Brad Armstrong battling it out with each other. And now it is Rivers outside the ring, and Bob Armstrong, cross body block. Got him coming off the ropes. Caught him with a beautiful cross body block. And that was all she wrote.